What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy J Dub, the number one comment on YouTube, and I'm back with another review. Today, I will be doing my 5-part series in Married at First Sight. This is season 16, episode 6. You dropped the bomb on me. But before I get started, for those who are new to my channel, I do detailed reviews on reality shows. I don't do every single scene. However, I try to pick up the most important details and maybe pick up some extra details you may not have seen. And as I said in my intro, I am YouTube's number one commenter. So with this channel, we're all about the comments. Now, on the way in, please don't forget to hit the like button. It take a second. Don't hurt nothing. We're trying to push the algorithm because it feels like it's a conspiracy going on. We can't get the content pushed out there like before. So I do need your help on that. But like I said, primarily this is just for comments because you may see me in the YouTube streets and I'm going to be on one of your favorite YouTube creators because this is what I do it for. This is what I love, just to get with the people and get those comments out there because we just have so much fun going back and forth and debating, telling jokes and all that kind of stuff. And you meet like a lot of nice people out in the YouTube world. They become your cousins, your YouTube cousins, just like on this channel. The Dub fam is your YouTube cousins if you're on this channel. And the only thing I ask when you're interacting with a Dub fam, just be respectful. Say what you want. Say what you say. The motto of this channel about anybody on that screen, whether we agree or not, is your opinion. It's free. We do that over here. This is the channel, so you don't be shy when it comes to comments. You'll be protected here. This is your safe space to let everything off. You don't have to be politically correct of it over here. Other than some YouTube violation, you can say what you want. You needn't cuss. I don't even care. All right, let's get into the first part because we got 5 couples. So who we going to start with? We're going to start with Clint and Gina. So let's start off. Ginger and Gina, they at poolside. They're discussing their patterns and schedules, post honeymoon. And Clint says, as far as with dealing with Gina, he's trying to go deeper and learn more about her as a person. But pretty much Gina only covers 3 things in her conversation: the salon, and the salon. That's all she talks about. And I get it that, people have passions and things that they devote all of their time to. However, at this point, she is a newly married woman to a stranger, which the marriage was arranged. So she does have to make time for her new husband if it's going to work. That's what I'm going to say. If she wants it to work. And, I was just thinking if you open a new business, you're married already. You're married to your brand new business. So at this point, why even get into this process? Because you have to put everything in your new business so it won't fail, whatever it takes. It's up and coming now. Granted, you already had an established business and it's a well-oiled machine and you're making good money and it's stable and all that, you're making profits. Okay, fine. But this is a brand new baby for real. So at the honeymoon, they decide to blend all the couples. And we know at times it looks like fun, but there's always some trouble because you're mixing all these personalities together. And while they're talking, Ginger decides to, I would say, overshare to the group and pretty much says that when Gina was speaking about attraction, that he's not usually attracted to a woman that is not athletic and slender and all of that. And I'm like, when I heard that, I was like, ouch. I mean, it stung. And he kind of tried to throw in there well, hey, Gina said she don't like redheads, so, how you like that? So it won't seem like he's such a bad guy. Now, in real life, I don't feel so bad for Gina, oh my gosh, he embarrassed her so bad or nothing like that. I'm more so feeling second him embarrassment for the other wives sitting in their presence. Because, 4 out of 5 women there is exactly what he describes. And that has to be uncomfortable. I'm gonna say who's not included. I'm gonna jump out there and say I'm gonna say what's Eris's wife now? I forgot the face. Jasmine. Jasmine's really not, I would say, that thick or anything like that. She's got a nice cheerleader body, if you will. So maybe she could kind of fit in Clint's criteria. But other than that, all the other ladies got the thickness on them. So yikes, that is embarrassing. That hurts. And after that, you would think that Clint would maybe try to get a vibe, feel the room, the area of the ocean. Like, hey, maybe I went a little far. So they go on before they go on their little horseback riding excursion. You can kind of tell the wives are all uncomfortable. You can see them. I'm looking at the camera, look like they sucking it in and trying to get athletic stances or whatever. But it ain't really working. So I mean, Clint just kind of ruined the whole vibe. I'm sure at that point nobody was comfortable. They was just pretty much they were ready to grow. And granted that Clint and Gina has these open and honest conversations. Like, you got to understand this is in mixed company as well. But in real life, I just think Clint was very bothered, and so was I, when she started talking all that ginger talk. And I don't usually date gingers. Like I said, the word feels dirty. It makes me want to take a bath. It's just, I don't like it, and I've never even heard it, but it feels bad. So anyway, like, Clint didn't know when to stop. Like, he kept going with it. So, I mean, even still, while he's talking to the couples or whatever, he decides to expose Eris and saying that, like, hey, did Eris, did you blow your wife's back out? I'm like, wow. I mean, like, you keep going. You don't know how far to go. He has no boundaries. And to me, in real life, Eris and Clint is one and the same. They don't have a filter, and they don't really care about what they say or what they put out there. So I'm sure Jasmine was embarrassed or whatever, but it was a backstory where, like, before they met their wives, Eris said that, just looking at my wife, probably in 2 days afterwards, I'm going to have blow her back out or whatever. And it was like a running joke, but it wasn't the right time for it, and it was really inappropriate. But Ginger wasn't done. He was still, he still had some more. He had some more in there, because pretty much before they got on the horses, he was like, we might as well go ahead and get this horseback riding thing done, because nobody at this honeymoon has ridden anything. I'm like, man, he don't stop. He don't know. I mean, it's something. It's just he's something, and I don't mean something good. But anyway, after the disastrous group meeting, when they break off, they are actually separated with the guys and girls or whatever. And Clint pretty much act like he's a marriage counselor. He's giving guys all the advice or whatever. And he started with Chris, telling like, Chris, hey, like, I'm telling you like this. Nicole's, she's just gonna, she's pretty much gonna run all over. She's gonna give you hell. And that looked like that made Chris very nervous or whatever. And Chris just takes it like he does, and that's what he is. To me, he reminds me, Chris is a nice guy, but he does come off quite doormatted. So there may be some truth in it, and he's just telling it, like he's telling all the guys, it's like pretty much what you have to do. You have to be your authentic self at all times. And what I did, like, I believe Matt jumped in there and said, like, well, yeah, you want to be yourself, but the big part of marriage is being able to compromise, because you're dealing with a whole nother person. And I can appreciate that he stood up for that point, because, like, if you listen to Clint, you're going to be just like him, like pretty much divorced. So after the guys meet up, Clint went back to his wife, because in real life, Gina's been giving Clint like the silent treatment, like one word answers, yeah, he knows something wrong. And I don't think he's crazy enough not to know that bothered or hurt her feelings, which should have been a discussion. But as I said, I don't feel nothing for her in real life. After you call me ugly, all bets are off. The gloves come off. But pretty much in their final conversation, it was a disaster, because Gina was still bothered, and she finally brought it to Clinton, saying like, what you said, about me not being athletic and slender. And she tried to defend it. Well, my waist is a 26 and all that. No, he didn't say you didn't work out. You don't have an athletic build. I don't care how long you work out, and you're 26 inch waist or whatever. However, I guess she felt attacked or whatever, and didn't realize that in real life, Clint was lashing out about that ginger comment, and Clint brought it up, saying like, you keep saying ginger like it's rolling off your tongue like it's nothing. You don't think that's offensive? And she's like, no, I'm a leader in ginger hairdos and all that. I mean, all that extra stuff. And Clint couldn't believe it. So like, instead of like Clint saying like, hey, I know we were going to be brutally honest, which I hate that term, brutally honest, because that means you're going to tell somebody the truth and not regard their feelings on how it's said, because that's how most things go. It's not really what you say, it's how you say it. And speaking to your new stranger wife that's been arranged, you want to watch what you say and how you say it in real life. But at this point, Ginger is backpedaling. He's pretty much saying, no, I never said you weren't slender or whatever. He's not going to take accountability, and neither is Gina. She's just saying like, Ginger is really not a derogative term. I never heard of that or whatever. And, sorry if I hurt you. That one of those kind of apologies, that it's a new wave, it's a new age type of thing where you don't have to really take accountability like, well, if I hurt you or if I upset you. No, you hurt me and you upset me, so I need you to own it. But anyway, Gina got the solution. She's like, hey, if you don't realize that you hurt me, and more so you've embarrassed the other wives, you can't even read a room. So for the whole honeymoon, she said, we done for the whole honeymoon. So I guess they're going to live in separate rooms when they get back unless they fix it. So that's that. And Clint didn't seem like he was apologetic. He was still on his defense. Fine. She wants to flip it on me, and I didn't really do anything or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. So either one, I really don't feel sorry for. They need to watch what they say. That brutally honest thing don't work. Everybody has feelings. So drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Something I missed. What you think about, how this turned out. Who was at fault? Because this is very, very interesting. Because people have different perspectives. So I want to hear y'all's. And as I always tell y'all could be anywhere in this YouTube world, but you're here with me. I really appreciate it. I really mean it. We got another video coming. We got 4 more.